Yo, this is a nice beat.
It is.
Bro, shout out to David, a.k.a. Camo, the protege. Yo, welcome to the PMS podcast, the Part of My Sarcasm podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Williams, and I have the lovely, the beautiful, DJ,
Yes.
the goddess Bohem,
Hey, everybody.
in the studio today.
Hey,
Welcome
hey.
to the PMS podcast,
Thank you for
the show
having me.
where my comments are often sarcastic and my opinion always matters. Yeah, that's actually like my tagline for the show.
Got you.
But I'm gonna give you a brief, like 6-7 minutes to like introduce yourself if you want to take that long to introduce yourself to the people who are unaware of who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like he said, hello everyone. This is your girl Goddess Bohem. A. Can you even see me? Okay, there we go. It's your girl Goddess Bohem. I am the owner of Allure Management. So I manage talent, local talent. I also put together events. I do photo shoots. I help give advice about what you should be doing with your career going forward in the entertainment industry. So yes, that's pretty much who I am. I'm fun. I'm a little spicy, but all in all, I'm real chill. So nice to meet you all out there, and I'm ready for this conversation. Yeah.
I'm ready for the conversation too, but like part of my equipment is messing up, so y'all gonna have to hold on so I can get this thing tight. You know, get it right, get it tight.
Look, we've been working on it for a good minute,
Right.
but you know.
We've been working on it for a minute.
That's true.
But yeah, usually I have like this nice prepared outline that we do. But like for the thing that we're going to talk about today, there's really not an outline that you need to have because I'm sure if you didn't watch the Oscars itself, you heard about or seen about the slap heard around the world during the middle of the Oscars. So yeah, for those who don't know, Chris Rock decided to get up on stage.
Yes,
you know,
he did.
being the comedian that he is, he decided to share some unflattering words about Jada Pinkett
But really,
Smith.
was it that unflattering though?
It was.
Well,
It was.
We'll discuss.
Yeah, we'll go into deeper discussion, but like what he said was Jada Pinkett Smith,
Yes, she's a queen.
G.I. Jane 2. And for those who haven't seen G.I. Jane, basically it was a lady who joined the military. She cut her hair off and she was bald.
Yes, she was.
And then for those who also don't know, Jada Pinkett Smith has openly talked about her battle with alopecia, which is a disease that makes people lose their hair.
Yes.
So it's a condition to where they have no control about their hair loss, and she has openly talked about how she is insecure about that. Even though she is a gorgeous woman, flawless by many people's eyes and standards, but she's openly talked about this. And Chris Rock said,
What did he say?
he said Jada Pinkett Smith looking out for you for G.I. Jane 2. And then, like, at first, the whole crowd is laughing. Ha, ha, ha. It's a joke or whatever. Even Will Smith laughed.
He did.
He did, and he laughed. And then...
I really think, as we already kind of discussed, is that he looked at his wife and he saw that she didn't think
Right.
that was really that funny.
So, like, she like, rolled her eyes at him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, that's when Will caught her expression.
Yeah.
And his whole disposition changed. And so he went up on stage and he literally slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Like, and then he walked back to his seat calmly, you know, whatever. Walks back to his seat, gets to his seat. And he says, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth."
Right.
I said, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth." And Chris Rock just being slapped, like, this man's just sitting there like, bruh, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. Like, how am I supposed to react? Like, the
all
whole
he could
crowd
say
was
is that was the greatest moment in the
Oscar history. Like,
and it probably was, because their ratings, as we know, was definitely
boosted because
of
everybody
that
on Twitter was
situation.
talking about it. Everybody was trying to get back on the
Everybody.
Oscars to watch it. Like, bro, did I really just see what I just saw? A lot of people probably was TiVoing it, so they rewound it to watch it again. Like, bro, this
Wait,
dude
pause.
really.
Who the hell in today's world still has TiVo?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
I just had to say.
Put a thumbs up in the comments if if you still got a TiVo. No shade, but shade.
For real.
There's umbrellas over here. We got plenty of shade.
Right. But go ahead.
But no, like even in that, like Chris Rock still had to try to put on a show and finish doing the nominees. Like even when he was doing the nominees, like he couldn't even get the words through because he was still like,
and he tried
he messed up. Like here we're giving out the documentations about the nominees.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around, bruh?
Right.
But like the dude had some composure after he got slapped, and he tried to continue. But like, I feel like me personally, Chris Rock was way out of line.
Okay.
Like these are supposed to be your friends,
right?
And this isn't the first time that he's talked about Jada on a stage or a platform like that before.
Okay. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna argue with that, but I'm definitely gonna dissect it from 3 different areas.
Ooh, let's get into it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch my camera around so we can see us both at the same time.
Yes, this is us. This is us doing our thing. Let's get into it. But I wanna kind of peel apart from 3 different aspects. Okay, and so let me see. Hold up. I'll let you.
So I could play in 3 different parts.
Yes. Yes.
Love it.
So, obviously, we're talking about Will.
Yes.
We're talking about Jada. And we're talking about Chris.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
First of all,
this is a dope angle. I'm just going to say. But yeah, go ahead.
So, from my perspective, when it comes to the whole situation and scenario, my overall overview of it is that it didn't need to go that far, because there's multiple ways that you can show your wife honor, and you can make sure that someone else is respecting your wife. And so, of course, with all the different perceptions, the perspectives that are out there, I really think that, especially for Black people, in the seat that we are sitting in right now, we need to be encouraging each other. We need to be holding each other, and we need to be also looking from the standpoint where it is from like, okay, you're my brother, I'm holding you accountable, and vice versa. Like, it's my job to make sure that you're elevated and you're going to elevate me. Right. So when it comes to that scenario, like, I think that Will could have definitely addressed the situation in a completely different manner. For instance, he could have simply said, oh no, in front of everybody, now that you made that joke, I'm also going to now require you to make an apology.
Right.
And that still would have been something that probably would have been talked about, because now you're forcing someone else to give respect to your spouse. And I think the other side of the perspective where it was like, well, Will actually like stood up for his wife. He actually, he made other men really like realize like what it looks like to really stand up for your wife in these kind of scenarios. Right. I think that he could have been more, what's the word that I'm really looking for? He could have
calculating.
Thank you. When it came to that, you know what I see, our powers combined. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he could have been definitely more calculating when it came to that, to where he's not putting down another Black person, and then at the same time he's elevating the situation. Right. He's saying, okay, well, I'm not comfortable with this, but at the same time he's like, you know what? Even though I'm not comfortable with this, I'm definitely going to make you acknowledge that, and then also apologize to my wife, which is ultimately finally showing respect publicly to a Black woman, right, which is, what we don't see a lot. So when it comes to that, I think, there's definitely things that could have happened differently. But then even from Jada's standpoint, I was looking at it from her, like when it happened, I was looking at it from her standpoint, like, wow, like, even though all that we went through, now I'm speaking like I'm Jada, all that we went through.
Technically, you are Jade.
Yes.
Jada.
After all that we went through, like, you still, like, went up there and you stood up for me. You saw that I was uncomfortable with something.
Right.
And you know that I've been battling with something that may have been a very big insecurity of mine, and you know more of what that looks like behind the scenes.
Right.
And so now you're going to stand up for my honor, and you're going to go up there and show everybody, not just the people that are in this room or Chris Rock who made the joke,
Right.
but now you're showing everybody that this is what it looks like to stand up for your wife, especially when there's maybe some insecurities there.
While we're talking about Jada, I was on Facebook deep last night when this happened.
Yes.
So like this happened on what, Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah, Sunday. So like yesterday I was or Sunday night really. I was talking about it heavy. Like somebody said like I wish that Jada would have went up on stage with him when he did his acceptance speech.
Oh.
And like that just had me thinking like, bro, where was Jada?
Yeah.
Like during all this, like Will is expected to stand up for his wife.
Yeah.
He's expected to protect his wife. But where is Jada to protect Will's heart? Like when he's showing his emotion, where is she at to like hold his hand through all of this?
That's true. Because even watching that acceptance speech, like, that was gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
That was gut-wrenching.
That's why we love Will.
Yes. And then to know that he did that on behalf of what we all suspected that maybe his wife was feeling,
Right.
like, I think, too, that it would have been really important
For her to stand by his side.
For her to stand by his side to show that they are, one
United.
unit. Yes, they are united. They are a united front when it comes to the decision that he made as the man to stand up for her honor. But she's saying that I back you in whatever it is, and I trust you, and I'm here to support you. And those are things that we, I think the reason, first of all, why this has produced so much conversation is because this is something that we, first of all, don't see in society right now. We don't see, like, first of all, a lot of men standing up for their woman when she feels disrespected. I've been in a couple of conversations today when it was specifically, what is that chat room called?
You should invite me because I'm probably not invited in it.
Yeah, I definitely should. And I
That's
promise
all
I'll
shade.
give you guys the chat room. But
All the
anyways, two chat rooms that I was in today was touching on the fact, and it was specifically Black women talking about, like, when they have ran to a man or a significant other or whoever that it was to let them know that they felt disrespected, and that man didn't necessarily
step
stand
up
up
to protect her.
Exactly. And it's a conversation that specifically in the Black community that is probably going to continue because it's something that is yet unresolved. But then to see that on actual daytime TV was yet again another reminder of how much work our men and our women have to
go.
Exactly. Have to do. Like, it's a tough thing.
I think the beautiful thing about what happened yesterday is that, or the beautiful thing that happens when you see stuff like this portrayed is that everybody has their opinions about things.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you can say, like, I ran into a lot of people who said that Will Smith ought to be ashamed for what he did.
Yeah. Look at the face.
For those people, I say, yeah, no. Oh, that was high school bullshit, blah. No. I feel like if you do some disrespectful shit in public, you need to be handled disrespectfully in public.
I'm going to challenge you on that one.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole Oscars, though?
No, I did not.
Okay. And see.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
actually going to say, watch it because that.
It's been years since I've actually. It's been years since I've actually sat down and watched an award show.
I watched it today.
Like whether it was the Grammys, whether it's been BET Awards, Hip Hop Awards, Soul Awards, Soul Train.
It's
like
not
I
that.
haven't watched an award show in years.
Let's be honest, because it's not that interesting. I
It's
could
not.
care less who's taking home an award. These are rich people
Right.
basically competing with other rich people, so I could care less.
And that was my point. Like
Yeah.
when they were saying like Will Smith, that's some high school. Like, bro, the fact of the matter is, this man is a millionaire, and he still decided to do what he wanted to do. He's arguably the best actor we've ever seen on screen,
Completely.
and
Hands
the
down.
man still won an Oscar, even though he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock that night.
And then, okay, so let me tell you from my perspective, after watching that today, I was like, oh, wow. There is definitely some disrespectful jokes by other comedians.
Yep.
And they were pushing the limits. They
Yep.
definitely were pushing the limits. So even when it got to Chris Rock saying what he had said, that was pretty much towards the end of the
Disrespectful night. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's usually how award shows go.
I mean,
They
yeah.
throw shade. Shade here.
Let's give you the biggest thing at the end. And that's what it realistically felt like.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand the perspective where people are coming from, where it's like, oh my gosh, like this whole thing was staged.
Right. Speaking of that, like all shade intended for the people who thought it was staged, like you really need to take a stage combat class because that was not staged at all.
No, I mean,
like if you think about it, like
wait.
it looks staged. He's laughing, and then he gets up, walks all calmly. Oh, here comes Mister King Richard
Right.
to come see me.
Right.
Okay, what's going to happen? Sapow, bam, right in the face, and then he walks off, straightens up himself, and then walks back to his seat. And then like the whole crowd is watching, like, bro,
What
what?
the fuck
What
just happened?
This gotta be staged. And then he starts screaming at him in the middle of what he's trying to present,
Yeah.
the next award. And then they're like, oh, this is for real.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga just really slapped him.
He did.
Probably the white folks was like, this nigga really just slapped him.
Exactly. And they don't even know what to do.
Right.
But, you know, when he went up there and he made his speech,
It made it even more real.
it really made it real, because even though he was trying to, he did a great job. Let me at least say that he did an amazing job of keeping it on topic
Yes.
and on par when it came to keeping to speaking about King Richard and
Right.
his award and the actors and actresses
The
that he worked with
producers
and
and
the
the-
produce. You know what I
Bringing
mean?
it back to the team of
Like bringing
how
it
they
back
won
to the
award,
team, how they won the award. But there was that thin line where it was like he was actually talking about himself, about protecting his family.
Yeah. He's like in what he a portion of what he said in his acceptance speech was like makes you do crazy things.
Yeah.
And he also said like I apologize to the Academy. But
probably won't be
I
invited
noticed
back.
I noticed that in his speech he did not apologize to Chris Rock.
No, he didn't.
He apologized to the people who were watching at home.
Yep.
He apologized to the other members of the Academy. He apologized to the Academy, and he went on and apologized to the people who made an amazing movie. I haven't seen it. I need to go watch it. But
Same.
right. So
We'll
like
watch it together. Hey.
so like in that, like he showed genuine remorse because the people who were upset are ultimately the people who go out to see his movies.
Mm.
Right? Even though Chris Rock felt physical pain, the ones who were like undershown were like the cast of the movie.
Right.
So
Because
like
that
they kind of took
spotlight.
it back.
Yep.
Yeah, they were no longer in the spotlight
Yep.
because of a great movie that they made. They were like behind the scenes or whatever.
Yep.
But like the thing that I was looking at more so was the fact that even in that he was like, well, I hope you guys invite me back to another Academy Awards because that's not who I want to show myself as being.
Of course not. Right.
And as long as he continues doing movies, that man should be
He should
invited
always
back.
be invited.
Because
Let's
he's
just be
Will
real.
Smith.
He is definitely Will Smith. And
That's like-
nobody is on that level of professionalism.
Right.
No one is on that level of even acting.
Maybe Denzel.
Maybe. I just
Right.
don't. But let me just share my 2 cents. I don't
Oh,
think
yes.
that Denzel is that versatile. he is not that versatile. Like, he's a great actor, but Will Smith can be put in any other role, as we have seen from Wild Wild West to Men in Black to what's that other one? Hancock.
Hitch.
To Hitch. To what I don't even remember his name in the AI.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're
Whatever
talking about.
his name
iRobot.
was. Thank you.
Yeah.
He has definitely, like, it's not the same character. Yeah. Like, the one character that I remember, obviously, that stands out for Denzel.
Somebody blowing up her phone again. I'm just saying.
We're not going to talk about that, but anyway.
She popular.
I'm just saying the one role that really stands out that was dramatically different from anything that I've ever seen Denzel in was what? Go ahead and say it. You know it's on the tip of your tongue. Go ahead and say it.
Training Day?
Exactly. Yeah. So when it comes to Will Smith, I don't think that there is another black male actor that is that versatile.
Yeah.
And,
because he did a couple, man, like one of my favorite movies that he did, like a lot of people really didn't like, was like 7 Pounds. That movie was phenomenal. That, like, I was struggling. I was struggling that whole movie to find out what was going on until about the last 30 minutes, and I was like, this man is hitting up all these other people so he can give his organs to. Like, what?
Did you cry, though?
I sure enough did.
I knew it.
And then when I watched The Pursuit of Happiness,
oh my God,
I said, bruh, this man.
When they were in the freaking
the bathroom, the public bathroom,
in the train station,
he was afraid.
Whatever.
The thing that really tore out my heart was when he was literally trying to get this thing to work, and his wife was tearing him down, and he was still trying to make it work, trying to take care of their son.
That level of emotion.
And then when he finally like he put the Rubik's Cube together and like whatever, and then like he started doing an intern, and they wasn't paying him, but he was still trying to make all this stuff work. Like, it just really shows like what the black man has to go through.
Of course.
And like Will Smith played that part. So when he finally did get the job and he was getting paid what he should be getting paid, and he went outside, he was like,
had to hold it, choking up, had to hold them.
And then he went outside and he went
and was crying.
I was over there.
I'm telling you,
I kid you not. I was in the movie theater looking up at the ceiling, like, is there dust?
Yeah. But I'm saying those great actors are the ones that are able, that have the ability for us to sit down and watch them.
You're not typecast.
And then, pull that emotion out of us from just watching what that storyline is.
Yeah.
And Will Smith, hands down, he's consistent. And I think anything, when we talk about specifically his acting, it's very consistent. Yeah. And then, I don't know, because we didn't talk about this yet, but shut up. But when we talk about Will Smith and his YouTube with Jay Shetty, and when he starts talking about his perspective about things regarding religion and spirituality, like when I had watched that, even like well before this whole situation, I was realizing like, wow, like he's in tune to some other spaces
that other people aren't in tune or inclined to be in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then remembering what I had heard him talking about and watching how he was expressing himself, and then going to this situation, there was no doubt in my mind that he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he's calculating.
He's very calculating. Yeah. Like, I can lose it all, but at the same, what it felt like is like he was saying, I can lose this all, and at the same time, defend my family.
Right.
I want, at the end of the day, I have finally realized that it is my family that matters. And unfortunately, in this world that we live in,
people don't come to that realization. Or when they do come to that realization, it's too late.
It is, your family is gone.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the importance of family, like he touched on it a little bit. And I feel, of course, he could have went a little bit more in depth when it came to it. But when it comes to family, like, that's not necessarily your genetic makeup, but that's ultimately your identity.
Yeah, your legacy.
Your legacy.
Yeah.
And when you make the decision to do anything, it obviously impacts your family.
Right. I want to get into some of these comments that I've pulled up on Facebook. Like somebody said, I'm not going to say their name, even though I could, but I'm not going to because
don't be messy.
This is my goddamn show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody said Will broke. He's going through a lot. The question is not was he wrong. The question is what's wrong with Will, and I pray he's getting help. And my response to that was respectfully, I would disagree.
Okay.
I don't think anything is wrong with Will. I actually don't think he even broke. I feel like he's heard Chris talk about his wife a few times on stage, platform like the Oscars before in the past. I think if you also take into consideration the fact that Jade is insecure about having alopecia and the fact that Chris made an insensitive joke about something that she has no control over, just adds fuel to the fire. At first, Will laughed, but when he saw his wife's expression, that's when he took action. Like it. A lot of people want to point out the fact that Will was also laughing. Yeah, he did. He did because he thought it was a funny joke, and then he looked over, and then realized what would happen, and realized how insensitive it was, and he probably honestly laughed to keep from crying.
But if you realize, like, what he even said in his acceptance speech when he got that award, it was more so like he understood that being a celebrity, you always have to wear what I would call that mask.
A mask, yes.
And he was like, I'm tired of basically wearing that mask.
And somebody else said, like, you got to handle that backstage, or you got to handle that when nobody's looking. Like, honestly, the dude is a celebrity. He can't go anywhere beyond the doors of his own house without being seen by somebody, by some form of media who will report about what they see Will Smith doing. It doesn't matter where this man goes.
Right.
If he goes anywhere and he handles the situation with Chris Rock on a different notice, it would have came out later anyways.
Okay, so let's take it a step further, and let's get away from the celebrity aspect of it. Let's take it from the celebrity aspect of it, because again, that's where it keeps us divided, right?
Yes.
Because we're not celebrities, people, but hey,
I wish.
Catch me on a good day, and
right.
Yeah. Anyways,
wait till I get my hair cut. Shout it.
New weave over here, baby. Hey. All right, so let's take the celebrity aspect out of it, and let's just speak from a standpoint where it's man and woman versus another man. And when it comes down to that, it's like when we talk about the level of respect, like for us to really define what that looks like and be tired of trying to define what that looks like and people not hearing us, then what do? You have your breaking point. Like, even though I think he was definitely in his right mind, if I was, this is me and you're my man and I'm your woman and we're out here fighting all the haters, it gets tiring.
It does.
It definitely gets tiring of defending, our relationship, because we know what those two actually went through like a year or two ago, and defending like a lot of things that were brought to the light out of their relationship. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, it's then them working on what they had to fix in their relationship and developing that mutual respect for each other. And I felt like Will finally understood maybe what Jada was saying, that he
understood the assignment.
He finally understood the assignment. And he was able to then, what he felt like was delivering those, things that she needed to be protected.
Without her asking for it.
Without her asking for it. She felt protected. She felt seen. She felt heard, even though maybe she didn't say anything to him. Yeah. But overall, as a woman, I know in a relationship, in a marriage, I want to feel protected.
And that's the bottom line. Like, that's what I feel the bottom line is. At the end of the day, Will protected his wife. He didn't, like, if you think about it, if you go out and take away all the celebrity status, like you said, like if you're in a public setting and somebody says something about your wife, you mean to tell me that you wouldn't have went up and slapped the shit out of him too?
We got some cowards out here that are husbands. Let's just be honest. I'm just
shawty.
saying. There's some weenies out here.
Shawty. Like, You say something disrespectful about mines, it's up.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's up.
Oh, hands on deck.
I ain't got no shouty, but it's up. It's
By
up.
the way, yeah, hit my man for a date. Let me know if you looking, because I'll hook it up. But go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, you gotta wait till I get my hair cut first, then I'm gonna look more presentable.
You
You know
good?
what
You
I'm saying?
good?
But no, like, but even after all that, like, there's not too many people who's gonna say something about another man's partner, like out in the public setting, and not expect to be dealt with.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it set black people back because it was on TV." Who cares? This man is Will Smith. Like, if the man decided to do another movie today and it dropped today, we would still go watch that movie because it's Will freaking Smith.
right. But let's go back to the fact that there was a lot of disrespectful, borderline disrespectful jokes that were made throughout the whole event.
But
And again,
they didn't get slapped though.
they didn't get slapped. Everybody was kind of pushed to the limit. Somebody kind of, some celebrities smirked at the jokes that were being made and things of that nature. But again, this is after. Like, I literally watched it, and the joke that Chris Rock made, and when he was on stage presenting that award, was probably about an hour and a half, if not almost damn near 2 hours into the show. So there was a lot of disrespect, if we want to call it that, that was taking place prior to that moment. And Will and Jada had a front seat to that situation. So people, just let's not get it twisted. Like, I love me some Will Smith. I damn sure love me some Goddess Jada. But when it comes down to it, I definitely can see it from the other side. And I truly believe that, of course, things could have been dealt with in a different manner. Like, Will would have showed his masculine energy in a different light and basically made Chris Rock apologize in front of, like, everybody, all these different viewers and everybody that was there in the physical manner, apologize to his wife, because that also would have sent a very big message compared to the slap.
And by the way, I'm gonna get into the apologies of both Will Smith and Chris Rock later on.
Ahead.
But this particular thing, I want to read this first. It says, to the black folks saying Jada is a narcissist and Will is abused by her, and he finally popped off because of her. Have you considered maybe it's you? That maybe he's tired of defending himself and his family from you. That maybe the black community has been in a narcissistic relationship with the Smiths. You loved bombed them and put them on a pedestal in the beginning. You shared memes as if they were perfect, beyond reproach, flawless. The quintessential black love. They were mentioned in songs and brought on shows. You paraded them through our timelines. Then they had the perfect children, a boy and a girl named after each other. How perfect. At some point, it came to light that August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith, were in a relationship while married to Will. You felt betrayed. Dragged Jada for defiling your much-needed holy grail of an image. How dare Jada cheat on Will and destabilize the whole black community? You devalued her and, by extension, Will. Soon, it was Will can't keep his woman in check. New information came out about that challenged your truth and ideas about the relationship. The Smiths have an open marriage, and not only did Will know about this relationship, he too had many relationships. Will Smith says there has never been infidelity in their marriage. There has never been infidelity in their marriage, meaning, in layman's terms, no one cheated on the other.
But
that's not it. That's not it. Hold on, let me finish.
I was about to say,
in their marriage, you don't accept this. You cannot hold that they are in an open relationship and instead start to project your beliefs onto them. You simultaneously devalue the children of their sexual fluidity, challenges of gender norms, music choices, style of dress, and non-Christian spirituality. Eventually, you discard the Smiths for not correcting or restoring the image that you desperately need to cover your shame and feelings of hopelessness, rewarding them only for when they come into toxic compliance with what you believe monogamous lack love parenting in life should look like. Maybe it's you. Maybe you are the face that Will couldn't touch. Maybe we should mind our own goddamn business. Let them live. And I 100% agree.
I mean, because realistically speaking, it's not our relationship.
It is not a relationship.
It's really none of our business. And the only reason why we know about this is because it was broadcasted on TV.
No. It's not that it was broadcast on TV. It's because they decided as a couple to share some light on what was going on in their situation.
That's true.
So, like, a lot of people who say that Jada cheated on Will with August Alsina, that's not true because there was no infidelity. Mm-hmm. Because they're in a what? Open relationship.
And that's hard for people to swallow. Like, how do you even define an open relationship? Oh, my gosh, you're sleeping with other people?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. What's going to happen?
I'm definitely going to say, like, it's not necessarily for me.
Right.
You know, I'm not down for the sharing, but you know, for other people, like, especially as many years as they've been together, like, they figured out, like, hey, this is how we can stay together and this is how it can work.
Right.
Not to say that might not be in my future, but I'm just saying, like.
But at the end of the day, what happens in somebody's relationship, the only thing that matters or should matter is what matters to them, the two people that are in that relationship. Mm-hmm. That's it. If they feel that what happened in that relationship is strong enough to last, let it last. Who are we to condemn them?
Like, we're nobodies. We don't need, like, our opinions literally don't matter.
You think that Will Smith and Jada and August Alsina are, like, sitting there on Twitter or Facebook reading all these messages we write about them?
No, they're going on to collect more millions, okay, while we are still stuck with our opinions.
Exactly.
So when it comes down to it, like, none of it matters, but at the same time, for it to be, I guess, such an impact in specifically our community, I'm just saying, like, you know, of course it could have been dealt with differently, but it wasn't. And because it wasn't, this is a lesson for all men and women. Women, back up your man if he's truly supporting you, if he truly sees you, and you truly think that you have a writer. Shut up. And then for men, like, don't be a coward. When your woman feels disrespected, like,
Step
stand
up. Protect her.
Stand up. I think especially in 2022, when it comes down to it, that's what we're lacking.
It's a lot of people, like, who don't sit up and stand up and protect their woman that made people like Kevin Samuels famous.
Oh my God. We're not even going to. Kevin Samuels is a whole nother.
That's a whole nother podcast topic right there in itself.
Will and Jada, back to y'all.
All right, so Brent Seeley, what's up, Seeley? So wait a minute. You're a public figure and you put your business out there and don't expect society to comment? Just a question. That's a great question, actually. It's not that people don't have a right to comment. It's they're not in the relationship. So, like, yes, they can comment, but their opinions shouldn't matter to the people who are in that relationship.
Right.
So, like, because they chose to come together as a family and put this information out there, that's the only information out there that people know about the situation, because they are the ones who decided to put that information out there in the first place.
Right. And being a public figure, I think, like, when the F do you get tired of being a public figure? I mean, like, let's be real. I get tired of wearing the mask when I have to show up to work.
I get tired of showing up to work.
So I get tired. Like, damn, when do I get a moment to just be me?
Right.
And sometimes we have those moments where it's like, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. And you don't even think of the repercussions. But yes, they have been years in the game. They are both public figures, especially more so him. But at the same time, like, they're humans too. So not saying like, oh, like, you know, give him a little bit of leeway because he is human or whatever. Do what you want. But when it comes down to it, we all do what the hell we want to, regardless of whatever hat we decide to wear. We are still human and we make mistakes. What was that?
What?
You mean to tell me that celebrities are humans? Wait, what?
We own them, right?
Wait, what? Hold on, one more time.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Celebrities,
they are
I'm going to
humans.
say it again. Celebrities are humans, okay? They are in it to make the money, but at the same time, they get the opportunity to make mistakes. And I don't understand why people think that because these people have chosen to be in the field of work that they are in, that they don't get the opportunity to make mistakes. They don't have it figured out. They don't have it figured out.
Facts.
We don't have it figured out.
Facts.
We are all just here living day to day, trying to figure out what is the best course of action with the least amount of resistance to get the most amount of money at this point. You feel
Right.
me? So it's just, it sucks that, you know, that we're having this conversation about someone as influential as Will Smith and as powerful as Jada Pinkett Smith. But at the same time, it for myself, when I'm looking at the situation, I definitely looked, because of the situation, it made me apply some different thought processes to my own relationship. So it's been interesting.
Yeah. I want to get into it real quick about Will Smith's apology.
Okay.
He says, violence in all its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of my job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line, and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior was stained or has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. That was beautiful, brother.
Okay, what are your thoughts on what?
That was absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
Like, it's one thing to do something that was wrong, right? Or do something that you feel like you were protecting your wife or standing up for someone you love in the moment, right? And it's another thing to be able to come back later after realizing what you did and being a man and apologizing to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like, yes, I was with Will when he slapped Chris Rock, and I'm still with Will as he apologized to him.
Okay.
Like, I can, like me, for instance, I know it's not about me, even though this is my show.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like, when I'm petty to someone,
Mm-hmm.
it's unprovoked. I feel like you have to provoke me and for me to be petty towards you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I can still go back and be like, yo, I'm sorry because, like, you got me to a point to where I was petty.
Right.
But, like, that's not who I am as a person.
Right.
And I still want to move forward with you. But in that moment, I had to be petty because I felt I had no other recourse.
So I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth is I was a little confused as to why the slap was like the first course of action. Like I've been saying, like I think that he could have done something else in order to make an impact and like defend his wife's honor. But I just don't have much information as to what their history has been as far as like what Chris Rock has maybe been saying in the media about Jada Pinkett Smith or specifically their relationship or even Will Smith. I'm just not well versed in that too much. So then when the slap happened, I was like, damn, that's a little excessive. You know, like unless somebody's like really disrespecting you, that's at least from my standpoint, like, you know, haters are going to talk. Let's be real. We already know. Haters are going to talk. They're going to say what they're going to say.
Haters going to hate.
Haters going to hate.
Lovers going to love.
You crazy.
I don't even want none of the above. I'm kidding. My bad.
Haters are going to hate. And so they're going to say what they're going to say. And you keep it moving. That's what a lot of us have been taught, is to keep it moving, especially a person in the
I know
public.
you didn't just say especially on my show.
I did. Shut up. I did. Anyways, especially when it comes to like the level of celebrity we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're not new to haters. They're not new to criticism. They're not new to not being somebody's favorite. So when it comes to them being the butt of somebody's joke,
Yeah.
they have already been there and done that. And something as I don't want to, minimize it. Your girl's here wearing a little bit of weave today.
Ow.
But when it comes to something as sensitive as losing hair and alopecia and maybe what Jada emotionally has gone through in that process that Will is more aware of, I just don't think that slap was necessarily warranted unless there's more of a backstory that a lot of us maybe are not aware of. So I say that to ask, are you aware of maybe some previous jokes that Chris Rock has had or commentary that he has offered in regards to Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and their relationship or them in general?
Yes.
Okay.
He has made jokes on previous occasions, but I'm not exactly sure what he directly said.
Damn it.
I mean,
You gotta be quicker with them Twitter fingers,
I wish
bruh.
I knew. Like, I'm over here trying to look it up.
You gotta be quicker with them Twitter fingers.
I wish I had some, a team who could look this information up for me. That's maybe in the future, but,
we getting there.
Yeah. I'm actually looking on his Twitter right now, Chris Rock's Twitter, for his apology that he made, but I can't find it. I read it somewhere. I mean, I know he apologized, or he apologized to Jada.
I know. Basically, he said that he was out of pocket. He should have never. I hate paraphrasing, but he basically should have never went that route.
I found it.
Okay.
He says, as a comedian, it can be difficult to understand which lines are to be crossed and which ones aren't. Last night, I crossed a line that I shouldn't have and paid the enormous price of my reputation as a renowned comedian. Comedy is never about poking fun at or making light of people with major ordeals happening in their lives. Comedy is about using real life circumstances to create laughter and bring light to an otherwise dark world. With that said, I sincerely apologize to my friends Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and the rest of the Smith family for the disrespect and disregard I displayed, which was unfortunately broadcast for the world to see. I hope that with time, forgiveness can come of this situation, and we can all be better. We can all be better, more considerate people in the end. Chris Rock.
And what do you think? Do you think he was in the wrong?
I know he was in the wrong.
Because he made a joke about Jada being in.
It was ill-favored.
Yeah.
It was ill-favored. How do I explain it? Say for instance, like me, I have a little bit of belly, right? Because I likes to eat. You know what I'm saying? I likes to eat.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily work out. If somebody was to come up to me and be like, bruh, are you pregnant?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I do look like I'm in my second trimester, though.
Shut up. No, you do not. You look good. Stop it.
Look.
The way you sitting is not helping the situation.
You see that? I can make the little heart thing that they do for the pregnancy pictures. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Like, I'm doing the pose right now, bro.
Such a freaking nut.
The heart on the belly. Yeah.
I can't.
I look like I'm in my second trimester. But like, if I was to say that to somebody who were like, or to even make a comment to somebody who's been battling with their weight, and then say something like, "Oh, you look like you need to eat something," or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's insensitive because of the battle that they went through to get to a place that they are, and now to be comfortable enough to show to the world what they look like. Like, to me, that was Jada, because Jada wasn't comfortable with, like, even though she's a gorgeous woman, she hasn't had hair for, like, a lot of hair, a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like, we all looked at her like a beautiful woman, because
Yeah.
she is a beautiful woman. But herself has insecurities about it.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter what other people say, how beautiful or gorgeous somebody looks. If they don't feel beautiful or gorgeous, it really doesn't matter.
So, I don't know. Did you get a chance to look up, like, when Jada actually decided to release to the world, like, her natural state, so to speak?
Mm.
Okay, so I was looking up some of that information today.
You was doing some background research.
Trying to be prepared.
Okay.
But I actually found that, which was one of, like, the biggest moments that she has had in her life, is that her daughter convinced her to basically bear her most natural self to the world.
Are you coming to live on the road?
I can't.
I just have to do that. Love you some Willow.
I literally
Baby,
can't.
are you coming for the road?
So I
Baby,
don't.
are you coming for the road?
I'm so over him.
Sorry, my bad.
But anyways, so when it came down to her actually,
Okay, I'm done.
did you see his face?
I'm done.
I'm so over it.
I'm done.
I'm so over his ass. But anyways, so when it came down to it, Jada obviously, in order for her child to convince her to bear her most natural self, she obviously was displaying some insecurities, some hurt, some different types of emotions that we probably would never be able to understand because we weren't put in that situation. Like, that was a very vulnerable moment for her to actually come out and share that with other people.
The world.
The world at that. Like, the world. Let's, like, put emphasis on that. And then for her to be so vocal about what it is that she's going through. Like, she's sharing this part of her world with everyone, so no one will really have to ask questions. And then to turn around and have someone poke fun at it. I totally get, again, from her standpoint, where she was coming from, where she made that face, like, that shit ain't funny.
Right.
Like, that shit is not funny.
It's not.
But then when you come to Will, like, yeah, he's keying it up. In that same sense, when he had said his acceptance speech, like I said earlier, he was like, we have to wear the mask, and we're always smiling, we're always laughing, and all of that.
To laugh to keep from crying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he knows what his wife went through.
Yeah.
And then when he saw her face, that just made it more of a reality. So then in that moment, it was like he had to take off that mask.
I got to do something.
Exactly.
Got
to do something to defend my wife's honor. And then Chris Rock, he's like, oh shit, I was just reading the teleprompter.
Here comes King Richard.
Right? Right? And then smack.
Bam.
Here I am, all up in your face.
Yeah.
Now what you gonna do?
What's up?
For real.
What's up?
And I basically gave you a gentleman bitch slap. And I went back to my seat and
I didn't even look over my shoulder as I'm walking back.
No, because I know your ass ain't gonna do nothing. I'm still handle you if you came after me.
Facts.
But then what's crazy is that, when we go back and we look at the stills, because of course the stills of the video is now out there, it looks like Chris braced himself for the slap. Yeah. It looks like even after the slap, he balled up his fist and he wanted to, punch Will. But at the same time, none of that matters. I think the biggest conversation is for men to defend their women when they feel disrespected. And then for women, once your man has defended you, what does that look like for you to then back up your man to show him, I appreciate what you did for me? Like,
say it louder for the people in our bite.
We get so blindsided about the celebrityism when it comes to shit like this. Excuse my language. I don't even know if I'm allowed to cuss on this podcast.
Ma'am, you heard me cussing and shit on my show.
Okay. So I'm just saying, like, when it comes to this kind of shit, like, are we even allowed to have that conversation? Like, let's get away from the celebrityism of it, and let's talk about how a man and a woman really deal with each other. Like, we have been dealing with each other on a basis of disrespect for a very long time. And it has yet to be seen until recently, like, what it is. Not necessarily this situation is a great example, but it is an example of what it is for, what it looks like for a man to stand up for his woman.
I'm going to ask you a question that Celie asked on Facebook.
Yeah.
He says, another question.
Okay.
Can you hold someone accountable for not having knowledge of a situation? And did Mr. Rock have knowledge of Mrs. Smith's medical condition?
Let me say, no, you can't hold somebody accountable for not having information. I'm just saying, no, you can't hold somebody accountable if they were not aware. However, when it comes to Chris Rock and how vocal Jada has been about her situation.
And you guys are supposed to be friends?
So when it comes down.
How do you not know?
How do you not know? Because she's been very vocal about it. Like, even when the situation, I tried to play like I didn't know what happened, and somebody else was trying to bring it to my attention, and I'm listening to how they're describing it. And I was like, well, Jada has actually come out and said something about her hair loss.
Yep.
I remember that, even though I didn't remember it being specifically alopecia.
Yep. I
remember myself, and I'm not really like an avid follower of hers. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to it, like, come on.
I think if you look at this, like, a lot of people wouldn't know what alopecia was if it wasn't for people like Jada.
Wait, can we even shine some light just for the peanut gallery as to, like, really, like,
I'm my own research crew right now. I need a team
as to really, like, what alopecia is. Let's do that, because let's just educate people from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right. Like,
I like how you think, because we like. There we go. Boom.
And when our powers combined,
right. I am Clapton Planet. Right.
I just love you. You're funny.
Right.
Yes, we got this.
I like this. You funny too. Keep me on my toes here.
For real.
Even though I got to do all the research and stuff.
Whatever. That's just because I don't got my own laptop yet.
That part. So alopecia is the partial or complete absence of hair from areas of the body where it normally grows.
Yes.
Baldness. That's the direct definition of alopecia.
And as a woman, let me say, like, I have thin hair. I'll be honest. I have thin hair, and I try to rock it well. I have tried.
She does. Look her up on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Plug. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Goddess Bohem, or actually, ambitious Goddess Jade.
No, she got some underscores under there, bro.
Yeah, there's some underscores, but yeah, see if you can find me. But anyways, so throughout the years, I have, from a very young child all the way up to adulthood, I have wore weave. And as a Black woman, it's, so empowering to, have people look at you like, oh my God, I love your hair, but actually it's probably not yours or whatever. And so when it comes to your natural hair, specifically mine, like, my hair is thin. I have wore a lot of different styles, very tight styles that have taken out hair, and it's been really tough to kind of grow it back in some spots. And so, on my Instagram, you'll probably see that I go in between wearing natural styles. Mm-hmm. Shut up. Going in between wearing natural styles, but then also wearing weave. And so
she pulls it off either way.
Yes, I do. I try. But to be honest, it took me a very long time to be comfortable in wearing my natural hair because my hair was thin.
I think in today's society, people need to go back and listen to India Arie's song, I am not my hair.
Yes. But society.
Yeah.
Society. At least as a Black woman, we feel like, society is not accepting of the different not styles, but different grade of our hair.
They don't have to.
Yeah, but
they don't have to. It's not for them.
It's not.
Don't touch it. Don't look at it. Don't look at me. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do what I got to do.
I got me a baby fro. I got braids. I got whatever. And
right.
But let's be real, like, everybody is so, fixated on that specific look. I'm not going to necessarily call out what that look is,
right?
But we know what it is. And for Black women, our hair is a very sensitive subject.
Preach.
Very sensitive subject. And so even for Chris Rock, wait. As I'm talking, didn't he do, hold on, now I'm getting aggressive.
He did.
Now I'm getting aggressive.
He did.
He did a freaking movie.
Yes.
What was it called?
Good Hair.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Not to mention that when you type up alopecia on Google, guess whose picture pops up?
Shut the hell up.
I'll give you one guess. Go ahead and guess.
Chris Rock.
No.
Jada Pinkett.
Yes.
Shit.
That was 2 guesses, but whatever.
Yeah.
This is my show. I make the rules.
I got it. Yeah.
But no, like literally, when you type in alopecia on Google, Jada Pickett's picture shows up. So there's not. I don't believe if anybody knows how to spell the word alopecia, it's ALOPECIA. If you type that in on Google, you scroll down, you are going to see a beautiful picture of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
So there's no way you could not know that she has alopecia.
Right. So we talked about a couple of different things tonight. We talked about like Chris Rock.
Come on, segue. Come on, segue. Come on, segue.
We talked about Chris Rock knowing and not knowing the situation with Jada Pinkett, but then also him knowing about the battle with what Black women have felt with their hair. And in this society, we talked about Will being a husband and defending his wife's honor, laughing, and then seeing that she actually was not satisfied with the joke. Or, yeah, I mean, like, who's really satisfied with these jokes when they're pointed at you? But that she didn't think that it was like a comical moment. And then he went up there to defend her honor. And then we also talked about Jada Pinkett and maybe the things that she was going through emotionally, mentally, when it comes to, her sharing her insecurity with the world and the world really embracing something that she is going through, but then to have it turned around to where she is now the butt of somebody's joke. So we've touched on a lot of topics
we did.
When it comes to this scenario. And I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, men, stand up for your woman.
Yeah.
Don't be a coward. Stand up for your woman. As soon as she lets you know that she wasn't comfortable with that, because sometimes, you guys are on 2 different spectrums of what that scenario may be. Stand up for your woman if she says, hey, I'm uncomfortable with that.
This is even more a reason why he shouldn't have said what he said, because like.
What'd you find?
And
oh God,
the reason behind the movie Good Hair,
okay.
It says 2009's Good Hair was prompted by Rock's daughter approaching him and asking, Daddy, how come I don't have good hair?
I wish there was you could have threw some extra sound effects in that moment, because that was powerful.
That was easy.
But it's just like for somebody to try to instill in his daughter and then make a movie about it.
And then have a Black woman be the butt of your joke.
And then have a friend. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's me throwing up air quotes. But for a friend to make fun of another friend who is basically
suffering,
the poster child of alopecia.
Pretty much, yep, because that's what you just saw.
And you make a joke about her.
Yep.
Even though you didn't directly say her name as, yes, I'm making fun of you for having a bald head. Like, you basically said that without saying it. Yeah. By comparing her to someone else who is bald in a movie.
So what do you do with that? How do you move forward?
You fight. And that's exactly what Will Smith did. He went up there and he protected his woman.
Crazy. You crazy.
That's what he did.
I mean, he did, but at the same time, there's all, you know what? There's always different outcomes.
When people show you who they are.
There's definitely always different options and outcomes to a scenario. And we as humans get the opportunity to choose which scenario we want to kind of ride out with.
Not only that, but to go deeper into that, not just we as people, we as spectators.
Yeah.
Choose which side we want to be on. Like, ever since it happened, people can't stop talking about it. I'm talking about it right now, and it happened 2 days ago. And I may be late on the podcast thing, but whatever. I'm talking about it now. So that's why it's relevant. Because I decided to do a podcast about it. Anyways, the point of it is because an action like that happened and it was seen by millions and millions, maybe even billions of people, like we're able to talk about it. Oh, he should have did this. He should have did this. He should have did that. He shouldn't have done that. Blase, blase, blah. It doesn't matter because it's in the past. He did it. That's that. That's the way he chose to go about the situation.
Yeah.
Who are we to say that, of course, we are who we are to say that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because the action already occurred.
Right. So,
moving forward, we can talk about what we can do to, like, stop stuff like that, but, like, either way, we need to not be insensitive about things that we should know about.
That's very true.
Or how about we just stop making jokes about people?
That's never going to happen.
Of course not. Because I'm going to fire somebody up.
Oh, my God.
Fire them up.
I'm just saying that overall, when it comes down to it, like, jokes ain't never going to stop. People are never going to be insensitive. It's going to continue to be this thing. And so either one, the world stops being so sensitive, or two, when it comes down to it, we need to just shut people up like, hey, don't talk about me.
I like that idea.
What is that?
I'm going to heart that.
What is that?
Share. He said, just a suggestion battle. Do a show on spousal abuse where men are victims and the lack of society and lawmakers have positive influence on the situation.
You know what? I heard something about Will basically being in a toxic relationship or toxic marriage with Jada. That's one of the things that we didn't talk on. Talk about.
Who are we to say that their relationship is toxic? Who said that their relationship is toxic?
You know, I tried to get into a conversation recently about what toxicity is from the male and female side, and it was very interesting. It actually ended up in an argument.
So
but
maybe you might just have to come back.
Shut up. Look, I'm not toxic. No, I'm playing. I probably have some toxic traits. I'm not going to be.
We're all just toxic. I'm just the first to
admit
admit
toxic. Yes. So when it comes down to it, it's like, you know, who's to judge, like you said, their relationship and what it is that they do, and that Jada's toxic, that because she basically looked over at Will like, you know, I think one of the memes out there is like, oh, you want me to cheat on you again? And she cut her eyes at him, and then he was like, oh, fuck no, I'm about to get up and handle this. You get what I'm saying?
Did I do it well enough?
Right.
Did I slap him hard enough?
And she was like, yep. And then what even made it worse is I think her commentary that has been documented after the fact, God.
But
excuse me, what did she say though?
Her response to Chris Rock's
There we go.
Her response to Chris Rock's apology was, "I'm here for it."
There we go. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So
here for it.
Because when I heard that, I was just like, oh. First thought was like, oh, she was here for all of this drama that spanned out after the fact.
That's one perception of it.
That is definitely one perception of it. So what was your perception? I'm definitely interested.
Another perception of it is she's here for, like,
the
reconciliation.
Oh, that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because her comment is so vague, it's
really
up
know.
for interpretation for people like us to determine what she meant. But the only person who knows what she meant
is her.
Mm-hmm. It's for people like us to try to dissect what she said.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the fact that, like, what she posted on social media was for us to see, but the only people who know what actually went down is, like, because her, Chris Rock, and Will could have talked about it on the phone or in person.
Yeah.
But we don't know that because they put out what they want us to see.
Of course, they control the narrative even more.
Yeah.
Like, that's why.
So even with her putting out a comment like, "I'm here for it," like, that doesn't say too much, but it says a lot.
It says a lot, and it says a lot for us to, like, dissect, like you said, and try to interpret what it is that she meant.
What she meant.
And there's, like, so many different interpretations and perceptions when it comes to, one, this situation, and then also her comment and everyone else's apology and their them chiming in about it. But I'm just like,
I'm going to ask you a question. How much time you got tonight?
I got a lot.
All right, bet. So, boom. So
I'm here with you.
We're going to do another podcast tonight.
Word.
Like, after this episode is over, we're going to record another podcast.
And we going in.
Facts.
Yes.
I might even do this one on Instagram Live.
Oh, Oh shit! Look,
Yeah.
I done made it, y'all. God is Bohem done made it.
I mean, she made it herself. She got it through the mud. But anyways, no, like this episode is specifically for like the slap heard round the world.
Yep.
But like I do not fault Will Smith for anything.
Okay. I guess so. Final word, and then we'll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I like this.
Yep.
So
All right,
usually when
y'all.
that music comes on, that means we're closing the episode. yeah, that's what that means. But no, go ahead. To break down and close the episode out, like I don't disagree with anything that Will did.
Okay.
Like everything he decided to do was what he wanted to do in that situation.
I don't.
Regardless of whether he went back and apologized or not.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
All right. So I'm definitely going to agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, disagree with anything that Will decided to do because he is his own man.
He a grown ass man.
He's a grown ass man.
Grown ass man with $1 million.
His own willpower and his own thought process. And so when it comes to standing up for his wife or his children or anybody that he cares about, I'm really here for a man that is definitely going to stand up and either say something or do something. So, when it comes down to it, yeah, other things could have been done, but at the end of the day, that's the route he chose, and that's the route that he's going to have to live with. And who are we to judge?
Yeah, I like that idea too. I'm not talking about Will and Jada. I'm speaking on a real life situation about spousal abuse. I like that idea. I might actually do that.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Chandra? Congratulations,
hey,
Miss
Chandra.
EWU. Yeah. But no, like I don't disagree with anything he did.
Yeah.
So you got any shout outs?
Nah.
She lying.
Not this one. Not this one.
She lying. She gonna do some shout
outs. Shout out my baby JB. Hey.
Who's JB?
That's my son.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
I was about to say. Oh.
That's my baby. Mm-hmm. Hey. Yep.
You don't got no other shout outs? Like my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Thank you, God, for bringing me here today and giving me the strength to have this conversation. And get out of here.
You're not gonna shout out your husband?
Nah, fuck his ass. No, I'm playing.
Damn.
Hey, babe. I'm mad at you, but yeah. Hey.
I'm not a homewrecker. I just want that to be known. I am not a homewrecker. I did not know this was going on. I just thought she was coming over to do the podcast.
Oh my God, I'm playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had nothing to do with that.
Will and Jada, anyways.
Yeah. So Will and Jada. I got a couple shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, go ahead.
Shout out to, Camel the Protege for this beautiful beat that we're listening to on the outro. I thank family and friends. I like to thank the haters. I always thank my haters. I don't know if I have a lot of haters, but I like to thank my haters just in case I have haters that I don't know about, because the hate that you guys are giving me, hate, is causing me to continue going and growing and wanting to put on more shows.
Hey.
So, like, knowing that is just like, it makes me want to get better and better and better at my craft and everything that I do with my podcast. Makes me want to do it more. It makes me want to, like, just buy up a whole bunch of equipment to, like, be able to like, produce better shows.
You know what? I want to shout out you. Let me shout out you, man of the, hour and a half, the hour 2 hours. I don't know how many long. Let me shout out you.
It's been an hour and 13 minutes and 42 seconds.
This has been a great conversation, and I'm really excited to see what else you produce with your podcast. But these topics that you come up with are definitely enlightening, inspiring, and
I appreciate that.
Informative. So I'm excited to be a part of this, and hopefully y'all see me again. Obviously,
well, they about to see you again.
I was like,
he
just said that I'll be here again.
It's too bad we ain't got a wardrobe here for you to change.
So I can change up right quick.
Yeah,
but yeah, shout out to you.
I got a hoodie upstairs. You want to borrow a hoodie?
Look, give me a hoodie so you look like it's a whole another day.
I'm gonna turn down the heat so you don't be sweating up on the camera or whatever. But yeah.
But hey, he actually cared about my anemia, y'all. Yeah. Like, find you a man who cares about your anemia.
First of all, don't do that. We friends. I don't want Shafine to come looking for you. Like, Dog, I didn't do nothing. I just.
Oh my God.
We like 6 feet apart right now.
Yeah. We on video on top of that.
Like,
Get out of here.
Yeah. I'm
just saying.
Yeah.
Friends, find you a friend that cares about you.
And I hope my friend finds me a woman to love.
Find me somebody. Look, we got one, and we're gonna be working on some more to see who he really gravitates to. But we got some options for him cooking. Hey. You know what? That might need to even actually be a whole
podcast episode.
Yes.
Like a blind podcast episode.
Like a blind date podcast episode.
I'm here for it.
To
like
where
Jade
it's
said.
like.
I'm here for it.
Yes, that should be one of the.
I'm down.
Oh my God,
count me in.
Y'all just stay tuned. Then
I'll give you the structure and how I do my outlines.
Yeah.
And I'll just allow you to write up an episode, and I'll show you how to use my equipment, so that way you can be the host of the show.
Oh, I'm so very excited.
Yeah.
And
I'm dead serious about that
this
too.
Blind date, I'm gonna be sneaking some videos and all this extra stuff.
So you're gonna do the behind the scenes with the video camera?
For real. And then after the podcast is done, we're gonna link all that stuff together and then show everybody what this whole experience was for the both of y'all.
I'm here for it.
But it's definitely dating in Seattle, whatever you want to call it. That's another segment. Segments that you in a new, you coming back to the city.
Bike to the city.
New experiences.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of experiences.
Yes.
If you know anybody who you think needs to be shouted out, or a promotion, send me the info, and then I'll do a free promotion for them on my show.
Oh. I got a whole
because I do promotions on my show.
All right, and that's for all you entrepreneurs too. You starting a new business and you want to get your business out there and out to a whole bunch of other people to at least understand who you are and what it is that you do.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm serious about that. I legit reach out to people and if they want to promote their business, I don't have a lot of people listening to my show right now, but in the future I will. And
all it is about growth. You got a platform, and we're gonna build on that.
Right. So speaking of promotions, here's one for you. Binaural beats and black voices combine to quiet your mind and relax you into your best night's sleep. Settle down and immerse yourself into original and classic stories with a melanated twist. In no time, you'll be sleeping in melanated peace. Girl, good night. New episodes come out on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time on all the major platforms and YouTube. We're on Instagram at girl_goodnight and Facebook Girl Goodnight LLC. You can also provide this link where everything is consolidated. And that link is https://drum drum.io/girl goodnight. That's a free promo.
Right, that's
so if you need another promo, hit me up, sign my DMs, do what you need to do, and I got you. Free of charge. Don't send me no money. Just share. Unlike my podcast,
Right.
Share with your people so your people can be my people and we can all be people.
Exactly.
Hey.
That's how you build.
But yeah, tune in a little bit. We're going to go live on Instagram and we're going to do another episode of the PMS podcast.
Hey.
It's been nice.
Hey.
I've been here with the beautiful, the lovely, the talented, the uber, gorgeous goddess.
I can't.
Bohem.
Thank you so much for having me. And everyone, this was lovely. Stay tuned.
You want to plug your social media?
Not really.
All right.
I'm
just going to do that.
Just tune in occasionally. I'll be popping up here and there on this wonderful podcast. But,
Bro, for real, if you're not in tune with her, she does events. She's a model. She's in tune with the city. Her husband is a photog. I might need him to come do my lights for my studio.
Shout out to Joppy Culture Magazine. He also owns a magazine that's up and coming in the Seattle area.
So now she wants to do the plugs.
Look, I'm just going to say this one thing. My biggest thing is that when y'all hear me speak, my biggest thing is about speaking about women empowerment, how we can overcome our mental barriers, our physical barriers, our spiritual barriers. And so I actually help women through that whole process. And so when you see that I'm showing myself here, that's majority of what I'll be talking about is how we can like get to a space, how we can get to a space and make sure that we are living in our best light.
Right.
Yeah.
Last note, like for real, like this has been a pleasure. I honestly didn't hear her voice until this morning. Like, and one of the first things I said to her is like, "Oh my gosh, you have a voice for radio." She's like,
He's crazy, y'all. He's crazy.
and then she put on the headphones and she's like, "Oh,
I can hear it now.
I can hear it now."
Mm-hmm.
And she's over here trying to like seduce the microphone. Girl, I'm gonna have to wipe that microphone off with some hand sanitizer. Stop playing with me.
You got me over here snorting.
But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, WavyWill2386. That's also my Twitter handle, WavyWill2386, and that's spelled WavyWill 2386.
And I am definitely your girl, Goddess Bohem, or also known as ambitious_Goddess Jade. So hit me up if
That's
you're.
a bunch of underscores.
Look, get the hell out of here. It's only one. Damn it. It's ambitious goddess, or excuse me. See, got me messing up my own name. ambitious_Goddess Jade. I know my names are a little long, but you know, holla at me.
That's a
Follow
whole
me. Let's
tongue
connect.
twister.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Whatever.
I'm looking forward to doing some events coming up soon. So like, I'm gonna do a little plug here. I wrote a book at the end of December, and it's called Passages from a Put Together Broken Heart. It's available on Amazon for purchase. That's the only place you can find it is on Amazon. I will be doing an event coming up sometime soon. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be doing a book release and a book signing, and a meet the author, meet the author type of deal, where I will bring a couple books, and I'm gonna sell them hopefully to those who want them, and then I'll sign them. So I'm still planning it, so be on the lookout for that.
I'm gonna plan it.
What?
And it's gonna be amazing. So yeah, y'all stay tuned for the date.
She's making me what?
His book launch and his amazing autograph signing situation. I don't even know what to call it, but we're gonna come up with something unique for it.
Facts.
But yes, I'm really excited.
I'm excited. I didn't know.
He just found out today that
wow.
I'm going to be doing this for him. So
that's amazing. I
go.
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we about to wrap this up, and then we're gonna get on IG and we're gonna do another episode. So y'all tune in.
Hey.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Like doing podcasts like this it's intoxicating.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now I see why you fell in love. We're still on live. Hi, everybody. There's only one person on there, I think.
Oh, dang. What's up, y'all? I guess I need to stop this. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
it's really intoxicating. It's kind of annoying hearing my self-talk, but at the same time, it's nice, which is weird.
But yeah, this is why I love doing podcasts, 'cause like it's fun.
So what was the other topic that you wanted to talk about?
Finish our conversation from this morning.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
That shit.
that was. Ow.
Yeah, like I don't even know what to say right now, but this is like